So I've got a Nike vest, Adidas shorts, gotta have the short shorts with the nice weather, Oakley sunglasses, a cap, just because it's quite sunny, and then I'll start the session in the metaspeed skies. That's them there. And then I'll move on to the new Adi Zero. So these are the new spikes I've just got. So yeah, and I don't trust the English weather, so I'll put a jacket in and a long sleeve t-shirt. So I was feeling a little bit tired after staying up all weekend watching the Grand Slam Athletics, which was class by the way. So Red Bull needed, went for the non-sugar one, just because I feel like the full sugar one's a bit too heavy.
Meters a lap extra.
Right.
So I had behind, on front, and only over the right. Dan's going to lead it, is he?
Yeah, well, also.
Ready?
Yeah.
Right, ready, go! 1, 2,
So my mate Connor had a session planned of 4 times 1200 metres, and then it cut down so it was 600, 400, 200 twice, and there wasn't much recovery between them. So I was actually finding it quite hard. I'm still a bit fatigued from the marathon, so I was only doing 800s. So it allowed me to have a bit of spare time while they were doing the second lap to get some drone shots.
1, 2 steps to the back.
So this camera I'm using is the Insta Go 3, and it just clips onto your cap, or you can obviously turn your cap around and get some shots from behind. I had my camera set up on the tripod at the 400 metre mark. On the 1200s we're pretty much doing 75 or 74s, so that's just under 5-minute mile pace. So 800s was enough for me today. The lads did 4 sets of 1200. So this is a great session for 1500, 3k and 5k runners. You want to sort of start off at goal 5k pace for the 1200s if you can. Maybe a tiny bit slower if it's too hard. And then you want to notch it down on the 600s to sort of 3k pace if possible. Then your 400 should be near 1500, and then the 200 let loose, and you should get down to near 800 meter pace. So you're working a lot of systems, working that top end speed, and you're working a bit of strength as well. So I turned the camera around on the back of my cap and I went off to the front. I'm the only 800 metre guy in the group, so I knew I would kind of be at the front on the 200s. So we hit 27 on this one, and then with a short recovery I was still blowing, but we had a 600, 400, 200. So with only a short recovery after doing that 27, a 600 in 143 is actually harder than it looks. So I just held on for dear life. I knew once I got through this one, there was just a 400 and a 200, which I know I can do, no bother. So 400 meter rep, number 2 of the last set. We ended up running 1500 pace, which was 63s. This camera is really steady. It was bouncing around on my cap, and it just shows how good the stabilisation is on this. So Jim told me on the 200 at the end, just pretend it's the end of a race and really hit it as hard as you can. Go for gold and just try and focus on form. So lately me and Thomas have been having a good dust up on the last rep, so I thought I would try and take it out a bit harder from a bit earlier on this time, and I just held them off. I would say if you're going to try this session, just be careful. If you haven't done a lot of sprinting or you're not used to sort of hitting 200 so hard, maybe just hold back a little bit. Don't give it 100% until you're accustomed to running on the track, because your calves could go, or your hammies. So a nice short cool down, 2 mile, and that was the session. It was a good group, good turnout tonight, and it makes it a lot easier when you've got this many people. So I hope you enjoyed the drone footage, the tripod plus the head camera. Just mixes it up a little bit. Splits are on the screen here if you want to pause, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Right, 2 hands, hold it with 2 hands. Hold